All right, let's call this meeting order. Roll call.
Trustee Weir,
Yes.
Trustee Ware,
Here.
Trustee Williams.
Here.
Let's do the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I do not have any correspondence. No. Okay. Okay, let's go to open the bids. Oh, yeah. Bids are open. Okay, we got a hose ramp bids to open. The first one is AFG nozzles and hoses. It is from How Rescue Systems Incorporated. Okay, How Rescue Systems, and we'll have to go through it after. Their grand total is $114,927.00. It does look like they have a bid bond in there.
114,927.
The next one is from Heritage Fire Systems. Looks like their total is $136,044.60. And they also got a bid on with it. And that was Heritage Fire Protection. The next is All American Fire Equipment. Good one, there. All American fire equipment is $137,369 even. And our last one is Atlantic Emergency Solutions. Atlantic Emergency Solutions is $142,675 even. Okay. So, do a bid tabulation and we'll have that sent out to the prosecutors for them to look at it and make sure your low bid is acceptable or it meets the criteria. Okay.
All right. Thanks, Doug. Let's go into department reports. Joel, you're up.
All right. You guys should have the packet, the email from Mike. First item there was the bids that we just opened. I want to go through those together and send it down to the prosecutor. Last week, I believe Mike, Grant, and I met with two billing companies. Some issues arose with our current EMS billing company. We wanted to see what else was out there for options. We met with two other companies that offer EMS as well as fire recovery billing. We have not made any decision that we want to bring to you guys yet. However, if we want to cut ties with the current company, we have to notify them by the 18th of this month. So we were looking for your blessing tonight to let us make get together and talk, make that decision of how we want to move forward, and then have that option if we decide to cut ties with them until the 18th, cut ties with them until the 18th. And then Grant, you and Eric, do anything like that on that?
No, I think that pretty much sums it up. I don't know if we want to get into any specifics of the differences of these companies. We just are asking for the blessing. I guess potentially.
Yeah.
Tell that account we're not doing. Is that mainly what you're asking?
Yeah, Mike wanted to just let you know we met with them, and since the deadline is the 18th to cut ties with them, if we feel it's a better option out there, we can go ahead with proceeding, cutting ties and getting a better option.
So just so I'm following, Joel, the 18th is when we would renew our contract with Medi-Cal. Is that correct? So that's why the ties would be cut before we renew that contract.
It doesn't renew till October. I'm not exactly 100% sure why. We have to know by the 18th.
Yeah, we have to give 180 days. So Mike said.
Okay. That's the reason.
Okay. And not that any one of us three sitting up here, you guys deal with that account. You guys see where it comes from. You guys see how and what and why. So we would take your recommendation, both you and Mike, on the reasoning behind using that account, but we've been with them for quite some time.
We have, yeah, like identified an issue that potentially, we weren't covering as many funds as we should have been. So we're digging into that and then, in the meantime, we're meeting with other companies that, see what they had to offer. If I remember correctly, their billing structure is different. To be that way, but, if you broke down the percentages, they were low in that account, correct? One was for sure.
Yeah, the one was 5%.
Yeah,
Versus
and I think
7.5.
Yeah, and then the other
Or they
company,
charge us for billing off of that number.
Yeah, what they charge is based on what they collect.
um,
Then the other one was,
they do it based, it wasn't a percentage. But if you did the math, I think it averaged out to, a little bit higher than that 5%, which is what the other company was at, I believe. So, if you want to go into that, you remember the exact numbers in that.
yeah, I don't remember the exact math, because I know it was a per, what are they charging per
It's $40 per report,
report?
and the other one based on a percentage of what revenue we collected, which is 5%.
Do we know what Medi-Cal would ding us for if we said we're gonna pull out and then you got 10 days is the reason why I'm asking this. So Mike has 10 days to dig into why and what and how and then make a decision. So if we give you guys the realm to pull away from Medi-Cal, do we know, can we get back to Medi-Cal if, let's say, whatever Mike finds isn't what he thought it was, and Medi-Cal is still our best spot to.
I will find that information out.
That would be the only thing I would think of is if Medi-Cal wasn't, and let's just say, again, I'm sure there's a reason why you guys brought this up. This
Yeah.
can't be something you just pulled out of the sky.
Yeah, like I said, he identified some issues and trying to get to the bottom of it. So,
I would say, is there a motion in here for that?
there's not, you know.
Okay, so we're gonna have to add a motion to,
That's the issue, is we have to make a decision
yeah, I would agree.
to.
I think we should use that, right?
Well, the idea is if we cut ties with that kind of deal,
You're correct, he has 10 days to be able to figure that out.
do we have to make that decision? So do we have to say?
We are the contract.
Yeah.
Right.
So we would have to,
Today, we would give them the ability to cut ties with Medi-Cal.
well, we have to cut ties. Yeah.
We signed the contract, so we have to cut ties.
Correct, but we're giving them the permission to look for other outside Medi-Cal.
But if we cut the ties, then we got to meet.
Yes,
That's
in
it.
10 days.
In 10 days, we get notes. So we're kind of up against it.
Yeah, that's the point I was trying to make, is, basically, so they have 10 days to be able to, and like John just said, we need 3 days to be able to get together.
Yeah,
We would have to cut ties.
Okay.
All that.
Yeah.
So
Is that what you were saying, Bob?
it's a tight time.
That's what you were saying?
Yeah, because we're a contract agreement. Even though we listen to what they say and stuff like that, we still would have to have Grant write the letter, sign it and notify them.
Your position would be you're not prepared to do that tonight.
I don't believe so. Yeah,
They were ready, but there still needs some piece.
yeah.
You know where you would like are at, like if you're meeting one way or the other, between that account or leaving. When I talked to Mike, it seemed like it was 50-50.
Yeah, he has my opinion of between the two we met with, and I, like the first one we met with.
Yeah.
And
I would agree
he
with
said
that.
you were on the same page with that too, and that's kind of, or I got the chance to get into it. So.
I won't. I would say, my question would be, if we cut ties with Medicare, then are we still covered with them for the next 180 days? Or is it done now?
I will verify that with Mike, he was dealing with them, but I would assume that the contracts would go October, would still be under that contract. But that seems to be.
So we would have time to find and do, go with the company and go with.
To get everything set up and ready to rock.
That would be my assumption. I don't have the contract.
That might be our concerns too.
No, is the company that I guess the two of you like, is that also a fire billing too? And everything, something the med account doesn't, that we have talked about for how many years? How many years?
Right.
Before I was sat in the seat, I sat out there and we've always discussed it. Many different, but they didn't have, I guess they didn't have the bugs worked out, or it was a new thing and a lot of companies weren't billing for it. To me, the advantage point is we need to look in that direction because it's a big expense for us.
I believe you said that. This past.
Yeah.
If they do,
Med account?
Yeah.
I don't believe they do. They don't do fire, right?
I don't believe so.
I don't think they do.
I thought she said because far up and stuff.
Yeah.
And I knew she said they're doing it now. So, again, we don't care, it doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter to me, but it matters to you guys more than it does to me. Because you're getting out the building, you're trying to collect on that. This is the company that's working for our fire department. So we should have your guys' opinion on who and what and why.
Okay.
I mean, Grant needs to be involved as well because of what we're getting back money-wise and where that money's going, but, for us, I would support whatever you and Mike decided. Because you guys are seeing what we're pulling out and what we're getting back, and what it's costing us to do that.
Okay. All right, I will relay all of this to him tonight and tomorrow morning.
It just gotta happen. like,
You got 5 days to make a decision.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
then we need to make our posting and be informative to us, I guess, 5 days. We got 5 days to figure it out.
And please find
He's
out,
on.
Joel, what NetCap requires,
Okay.
so that we are sending them exactly what they require if we're going to no longer use their services. Mike, they already know that.
Okay.
Now you know why Mike's not.
Yeah. All right, all of the IT prep work has been done for GBS. It's looking like late this month or early next month to have all of those upgrades completed from GBS. Murdoch called regarding the door, overhead door at 21. They advised it was pushed back. Ship date was pushed back to the 16th of this month. So we're still waiting on the parts for them to come out and be able to install them. We've been reaching out, trying to get some additional quotes on boilers for Station 21. The one company I had contacted, I got with them probably 4 different times, and they weren't instilling a lot of confidence that they were either interested in the work or able to do it. So, working on trying to find a couple other companies to get a little outside of the
I'll come see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Thursday's meeting.
Okay. So give me a call. I'm going out of town though. Okay. Mike and I have been going through the Lexipol policy and procedure manual. We've got to go through the final time, make sure we have all the typos and finalized. We're pretty much done. We've been meeting this month with our crews to iron out a couple issues and some things, and I've let them know that this is going to be coming very soon. When you guys approved the purchase of Lexipol, I don't think you made a motion to adopt it as the policy and procedure manual for the fire department. So that was in the motion this evening to do that. We're shooting for a go live date with those policies to be in May. We want 30 days after meeting with all the crew members, just in case something comes up that we can work out in those policies before we roll it out to the committee. On that topic too, and Ray may have some more insight when he comes back, but Mike had wanted me to ask if we are going by the drug-free policy that the township has in place, or we're going with the drug-free policy that comes through Mexico. I believe Ray ran into this between his union contract that I support what the township has. So I was hoping to be more about that. For his insight on that. There it is.
Yes.
Just get your flights booked.
Those are already
I just got to go to the phone. Lexapol, when you guys switched to Lexapol, Mike wanted to get clarification on the drug-free policy. Because
I can send them all the information.
okay. So did you guys go by the Lexapol policy or your
Well, we
contract?
have to go by the contract, but we have a policy also.
Okay.
But we have to go by the police contract.
So yeah, with us not being union, we wanted to see how you guys wanted to proceed with that. So that we could get that in line with the policy.
I would say I'd like to do some research with Ray before I make anything on that,
Okay.
so that we're basically the same across the board.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah, I'd say that's,
I think he texted me Sunday, and we had a conversation, and I just sent him that stuff
Okay.
Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, he just said it was a little bit different than the one in the township policy,
Yes.
so he kind of did it.
Don checked the prosecutor's office, and they were all fine. They had, we had a policy, and they had.
Okay. Working with the crews to get a list of spring cleanup projects for all the stations to get those cleaned up and in a better condition. QR codes have been ordered for all the vehicles. We're avoiding putting them on the back of the vehicles, one for patient privacy, the ambulances, and another for so people aren't getting too close to the fire apparatus and these, avoid a collision or something like that, things like that. Retirement grant, we were awarded $2,000 for ice suits. That will cover the entire cost of the ice suits. So we'll be purchasing those soon. Firehouse subs grant, we applied for that grant for new thermal cameras. At the beginning of the year, we budgeted about 20,000 in the budget to update all of our cameras. They're all very old. They do need updated. We'll try and we have 2 rounds of firehouse subs this year. We'll try to get the money for those, so they're not going to be able to budget. We're also looking at Gary's Semester grant for additional turnout gear for next year. We ordered the last 3 that were off of the previous AFG grant. So that grant is now closed. We've maximized that completely. And now looking for the funding for the next turnout for next year. And then Josh, you said you were
middle of, end of this month, beginning of next.
okay.
So we'll know all those grants that I applied for the commission,
Okay.
whether or not we'll get any of that money.
Okay. And on the upcoming AFG grant, Mike had tried a couple different manufacturers to get a forklift ladder truck replacement on the AFG grant. He said he was not able to get one from any manufacturer that was sufficient for the grant. So we decided to put cardiac in for, we will be putting in for cardiac monitors when that grant opens. Right now it's being held up because of the government funding issues that are going on. So once that's all resolved, we'll open up the grant process. A lot of training recently. We had a TIP class. was over 2 Monday nights. We've been doing some joint training with neighboring departments, and we're hoping to get a couple of acquired buildings over the summer. You know what your plan is. You guys have decided on the house trailer that what you're planning for moving forward with that. But you're still interested in using that for training if it's not being sold, as well as the garage that's going to be done here. We'd like to do some training on that before it's coming down. Hampton Woods reached out to us about a week ago. They bought the house. It was directly west of the complex, a 2-story brick house. And offered us that for training before we tear it down. Mike and I are going Monday to meet with them and go inside. We're going to try, depending on how involved it gets in asbestos concerns and stuff, we'd like to try to get it actually done at some point before we tear it in. So, got a lot of good opportunities for training coming up here over the summer.
Thank you.
Had a couple, one Monday night passed their 36-hour test from the class we held here. We're still working on getting a couple others through that test. The Station 22, we gained quite a few personnel there over the last year. We wanted to revisit possibly getting an old police cruiser. The plan would be to put the Tahoe down at 22, so it's a newer vehicle. It's not sitting out in the weather, out of salt stuff at the same time. And then Mike would have the old police cruiser for the paramedic backups and coming and support the crew and things like that. Those guys, we've had a lot of turnout down there, and our concern is they only have the engine in the brush truck, so it's not many seats. If the engine leaves, then the second or third day the people show up at the station, they're not going to have a vehicle to get with seats. So we figured that would be a low-cost solution to do that. 23, we ran into the same hurdle with some influx of personnel over there. We ended up moving the light duty rescue station, moving on over to 23 all that, and it's been working out pretty well. It's getting out the door a lot more than having in the past. So I don't know.
Are you gonna take the brush truck out and haul it on there?
We're gonna leave that in there. So, I don't know if you guys have talked about that long, or we've brought it up to you guys in the past, but from what Ray said, he anticipates a couple weeks for the new room to go in service, and then that one would be coming available. So, you guys are able to discuss that amongst yourselves and let us know so we kind of have a direction where we're going to move forward with that solution. And then the new ambulance is looking like it'll be here the end of April, first week of May. The old ambulance is currently being advertised on the garage. They said there's no kind of way we're going to set them offer. It looks like, Mike has in his notes, it looks like the Preston Road for auction. So we'll have to figure out what we're going to do with that. If we're going to auction, if we can try to sell it on the garage. What direction we're going to go with that. We've got about a month or so. And we had a company come out, give us quotes for some cleanup and redoing the floor at all three stations in the halls. We have not heard back from them with the quote yet, so I believe it's item number 8 on the agenda. We did have a motion in there, but we can pass that one off. There is a motion for continuing our contract with MSAR. They service our Cox stair chairs and load systems and all 3 engines. And lastly, not in the email, just wanted to bring it up to you guys. I started working on getting quotes to have the alarm system tested at Station 21 for the fire alarm system. in the event of a fire there. Just making sure it's all the notifications, are working properly and all that. I contacted one contractor, got a quote from them. Waiting to hear back from Johnson Control. It is their system, so I'm not sure if that's proprietary too. If we have a third-party company come in to do the testing and they find something wrong, it is Johnson Control, then they have to come in and do all the work on it for that company to be able to. So I'm getting all that information currently. Hopefully by next meeting we have some prices and who can actually work on the system anymore.
Who else did you get? Well, who else are you contacting?
So far, Grenu is the only other one I've got a price from. Probably, no?
No.
Silco maybe, I gotta see which company is still out there.
Okay.
But,
I could probably give you another one.
if you guys have recommendations, let me know. There's no, we talk about trying to get away from Johnson Controls, so we're trying to. Alright, so that's all the stuff we had in here for notes to pass along. The hours worked for the month, we had 201 off-duty callback hours, 1,166 scheduled shift hours, 67 administrative hours, 141 training hours, weekend on shift 920, for a total of 2,496. Call breakdown for the month. EMS residential was 54, EMS mutual aid was 18, EMS mutual aid at a commercial medical facility was 27, mutual aid EMS at a commercial medical facility 8. Brush fire 4, mutual aid brush fire 1, canceled 4, fire alarm 4, fire investigation 3, mutual aid fire investigation 1, MBA 3, turnpike MBA 3, an MBA requesting only an ambulance 1, mutual aid. Mutual aid gas or CO 2, mutual aid vehicle fire 1, 1 animal rescue.
What animal?
Huh?
What animal?
The deer. It's self-rescue.
Sounds good.
Station coverage 1, structure fire, 3 fire conditions found 1, mutual aid structure fire 6, wires retrieved down 9, mutual aid wires down 1. We responded to Beaver 16 times out of 18 requests. Responded to East Palestine once out of 5 requests. To Lawrence County 3 times out of 3 requests. To Middletown 4 times out of 5 requests. And to Poland 11 times out of 12 requests. We received mutual aid from Boardman, Beaver, North Beaver, and Poland for a structure fire. It was dispatched as a structure fire. They were all canceled upon our arrival. Received medic backup 1 time from Poland. And that was transporting a patient from a Middletown call. We requested a driver from Poland once. They were canceled on scene and not being on transport. 1 call in the township where we were unavailable, no duty crew and no on-duty response. Poland was able to assist us and cover that for us. And then further down, just your more detailed breakdown of the call. The rest of the packet with the calls for the month.
I do want to say, wires or trees down 9. 2 of them were on Glacier Road, and those firemen were on top of it. I had to take backhoe down and push them off for them.
Yeah.
But they were on top of it. I'm going to tell you. It was quick.
Good.
Quick response. Let's put it that way.
Good, yeah.
They were both there by the time I made it to the tree. And I'm coming on Glacier Road to those trees. So it was pretty quick response.
Good.
And I give Ray, I think you'll quote me on this, but Caitlin was out and Sikorsky was out. Yeah, I talked to both of them and they said it was crazy out there. Trees were down everywhere.
Comes out there, that's a good
Yeah.
show.
And Joe was out there.
I pulled the tree off the road.
Yeah, yeah, and again,
David and I did,
oh, yeah,
so. Your motion's ready.
yes. I just tell you, you guys responded very well, this, he's the liar. Take care of the roads and keep them clear for people to pass. Thank you for that.
That, I believe is all I have, unless you guys have anything else.
I don't think so. You can't have it.
The thing is, I just want to say, I like the idea about the vehicle. And, just getting Tahoe down there, the idea you're using to do that around these other schools. I like the vehicles out there that are partially stuffed. And the thing I like is, I remember the Wall Street, you know, he was always going first responder out and he had a case in that. I really, I like that upgrade that you guys are doing the vehicles around, utilizing the older vehicles and even utilizing the Chevy. I mean, I think it's good for the community. The response time's gotta be improved and saved by the, so I like the idea of utilizing.
I agree.
Yeah.
Is the Tahoe just gonna sit then?
No, it'll be used at 22. Yeah, they have enough people coming around there. For one returning now, or three brand new ones. So that's, they've been pretty active, so, I don't anticipate it to sit in.
Good news there and 23, huh?
Yeah,
Very good.
yeah. Yeah, and they've all been pretty active, so.
Okay, anything? Okay, good. Thank you, Joe. And I would tell
I
you,
will say something, I will say something.
I'm sorry, Joe, I did go.
Well, I asked about whether they were moving vehicles around. I have never been a fan of three vehicles being in the two-bay building, and you know this. And I brought you guys documentation before of people getting injured and stuff like that. So I don't want that on my shoulders. So I'm in agreement to putting a Tahoe there. I'm not in agreement to three vehicles being in a two-bay garage. That's, I just speak my piece on that. And there was incidents down there at that station, the way it was, that vehicles were damaged because it was too tight, because it was tight getting in and out.
Problem though, like in your case and in Mike's case, you know, Willard is right across the street, right? He's right there, so to utilize that vehicle in somebody's house, it would be right there anyway. So it wouldn't gain anything. Like if somebody were out, more towards Springfield or something, have the vehicle in the house.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, we had discussed that, and our thought process was, before it was larger, one of them was a much larger vehicle.
Right.
So we wanted to see how they fit in there with them, to reduce that concern. The smaller size vehicles being in there now, as opposed to that F-550 being one of them, that's where the space.
I
So,
know we bought a mirror, I know we had a door repaired, and I know we had a door repaired, a garage door repaired, an F-550 door and mirror replaced because of tightness.
yeah. Well, would you be opposed to taking vehicles down there one day and seeing how it looks with them being smaller vehicles now? Or making any decisions on that?
I would say that's at least worth our effort to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm curious to know, Joel, tell Mike, this is the first time we've ever had this with numbers on the bottom. Page numbers. Usually they're handwritten. So,
But he made a mistake, he thought it was for the report.
Did you see you printed them off at the top?
oh yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
That's probably why. Okay. That would be Amy printed on. Okay, if we're done with Joel, let's move on to Ray.
Right, we have, March monthly analysis, felony arrest 1, misdemeanor arrest 8, minor misdemeanor citations 2, OBIs, 1, non-moving traffic citations 11, moving traffic citations 4, verbal warnings 27, enforcement services 54, crash reports 4, incident reports 40, no reports 147, total service calls 191, regular duty hours 1694. They made a mistake on the overtime. 504 should have had 9 hours, not 26, so total on that's 29. Total duty hours, that's going to be wrong also. I'll get that fixed and get the new one. Fuel usage 984, and we had 19 hours. 10 hours of that was for OBI task force, and then we had 9 hours of court. On the agenda, I have our last payment for the new handguns. So that's the final payment from that purchase from last year. Everything's been turned in and traded in, so that's the final number. New car 05 is that Dunkel's getting equipped now, so there's the cost for the installation. And then,
I stopped to see that car, by the way. There's nothing on the inside. Like it's down to a bare bones inside, and you can see every wire that that car has put in it from the back. So it is stripped down and up.
And then, I need to add on the agenda, for DB signs, for that quote for $13.75, that's to letter the car. And then, for the tactical protection surveillance, their quote was $1,800. So we could approve, DB signs to get that car lettered.
You said you have a motion for it?
We have to.
Yeah, we have to add one.
Who's gonna add that on?
And then, another motion is they have the chiefs conference here at the beginning of May. Me and Adam, Sergeant Tree Run, we're gonna go down for that. So that's, $875 per person. That's the hotel, everything included with that for that. So I need to add that on. The signs, we're gonna start getting those ready. I don't know if anybody's made a decision on the complaint from CND and CND and Kerry.
And yeah, stop sign.
Stop sign.
On the four-way.
Yeah, you aware of that?
No.
Yeah, I had that at.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
been a
December
couple
meeting.
months, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a complaint that they wanted a stop sign, so I don't know where you guys are on that.
So Jim knew about a step.
Exactly. So me and Dave, we've been talking in the last couple of months.
What did they want the stop sign for?
Slow traffic.
What did the county tell us? The stop sign is not designed for slow traffic control.
And then you come up the midway with the stop sign. So there'd be two right here. You're coming from.
Yeah, I mean, there's not that much distance in between the two, you know, it's the artists. But even when they were talking about one that started in, they declined that.
Midway.
You know, so I told Dave, you know, if we wanted to get a count on traffic, you know, we could put a sign on each side and get a count. And we get
It'd be
the
nice
speeds.
to have that would be.
So if you guys are okay with that, we'll get that.
And so, then we can really see what's going on.
Yes.
I'd like to also, with the signs, once our, Dave, you bring this up in your report, when we put that, no, engine brake sign.
Yeah.
I'd like to put a sign up there to remind them that it is 45 miles an hour, that means no engine brake sign is going to be place, one city's place. Okay. So, do you have anything on the?
Yeah, it's, actually on the signs we made, so I'll take a picture of them, email the pictures to ODOT, and Akron. Sure, we have them, and then they're gonna come. Put them up. Yeah, they're gonna supply the photos, give us a bunch of photos.
No, they'll put them, when they did the other one, they did the post and put them up and did everything for that. We just had to supply them.
Yeah.
Something.
You know, there was layouts and drawings.
I'll get, yeah, I mean, it wasn't too bad like the other one, but, so we'll get working on that, and I can get you guys the stats on that. We'll put them up for 2 weeks. Go from there. And see what you guys think. And that's,
Yeah, they're ready to run.
Any questions for Randy?
I have no.
Donnie? Joey must have been not out traveling too much, he's only 4 million traveling.
I've been short on that.
Kirby's was closed.
Thank you, Randy. You're up, David.
Okay, we repaired catch basin at Columbia and Middletown, at Macy's there at the corner. We were, re-mortar the little catch basin, put a 8-inch rising on it, and we break. Then the excavator for a week, cleaned Harmon and Honey Creek. Then we had all that storm, down trees and a lot of leaves and sticks and falls from nearby all that thing was cleaning. There's plenty more to do, but we got the worst of it. I picked up the bucket truck and the chipper this week, and we started on Union Road. We should be finished Thursday. It's working well. The first chipper we had, the knives were so tall, it just clogged up. It was just shredding. It wasn't cutting. So ended up getting them from Sunbelt. He had it. He got me another chipper within a couple hours. We were up and running. There was a stop sign at Grant Street in Garfield. There's a tree there. We're going to take care of that. That's a big issue there. And then Friday, we're going to probably head to Honey Creek. Finish out the weekend. I talked to Lonnie. He's kind of in charge of the paving of the county. He's taken over. He's been contacting me with paving and what they need done for our roads that they're going to do. And he called me and said that Lindy got the bids. They're going to start out in the western part of the town. And so we can be June, July, and then get our paving done. And there's a pre-construction meeting this Monday at 9. Prepares that. Lindy's going to be there, and all the bridge construction. I think there's happens on TV this morning. $10 million worth of business are going this year. With that 40%, please go vote. It's a big help. That's for issue 1. You see the science truck. Just talked about the engine brake sign. The engineers at ODOT and Akron, they saw a need for that. All the steps were taken, ready for that. He said we'll go pick them up tomorrow. Volta, got a call from them. They put another handheld pole theirs. They couldn't find a spring, or they had to pull another handheld station or handhold for the work box. And they're going, he said they were going to run fiber this week, but first they're going to walk underneath the pole. And they're going to go from west to east to do that. It's gonna be about 10 to 12 feet. I talked to the guy that's gonna do that, he's from Columbus, he says, no problem, we go that direction. And then they were doing some work up on Locust too. We did go underneath 170, so they are tied into the poles. And as far as home treatment, I didn't see them doing any work there yet. They were stopped with the low areas, that gas line.
Yeah, and Tommy maybe thought.
Yeah. Then next week, only had a few more calls on Middletown Road, east of Garden Center. We gotta work on that ditch. So we're gonna tie into the center of that ditch, jet it both ways, rock them in that culvert. Down at Mace's, it goes down in the field, take that a little bit deeper. And we may have to get an easement on them. That falls pretty good there.
I'll have to take some shots and see.
Yeah, and we did shoot.
And be another major project we need to look into because it's pretty good around on what basement not from that whole block.
What a good dance, what a good dance with, that. Is that what you're talking about? Back in the back, between days ago.
Yeah, that's for the natural one.
Yep.
So Carl was out one day when we were out there, and we looked at it, Carl, he said he would give us at least, if we needed it to get it deeper from Garden Center, it's so flat across there.
I think it's 15 or 18 inches, and like 500 feet, that's all it falls.
So there, so we might need to have an easement to get it deeper down through there, but if he'll give us a 30 or 60-foot easement for storm, then we can, yeah, I mean, we'll have to get the prosecutor involved in it, but we need to really.
Right.
I'm just saying, yeah.
We really don't know how, there's probably 400 feet of pipe, and we don't know the elevation. And there's some clay tile in there, corrugated, so that's what we're gonna start checking out. And maybe Macklin Road, there's two 48-inch culverts that are corrugated metal that are rusting and settling, the road is sinking. I talked to Dave Batchelor on that. He found out those were put in 1956. And it drains 400 acres of water through those. So I'll meet him next week. And it may be another possible big project road that we'll be doing 2027. Listen to that, I'm going to come there right now. The big projects. And then it's on the agenda, we need to get the state salt contract in by May 1st. And I'm requesting 500 tons to put on there. To be allocated to Rural. They put that on the bid. Last year it was $49.90 at the time, which was a decent price. They were paying over $100 shots. That has to be in. That's a sign on. That's all I got.
Thank you, David. That's everything today.
The other question I have is that, are you taking that tree down from the grant development?
I don't think so. I'll know more tomorrow when we look at it. It's right at the stop
I
sign.
know.
I can't answer that right now. I don't think it has to come down, but it's just so overgrown. And if we have to take it down, then we handle it. I don't know if it requires it or not. I'll let you know as soon as we check that out.
How's our new truck then?
Good. I haven't heard anything on it since I issued the PO and it was ordered.
The fire for the post truck.
We sit right next to him.
Fuel gauge quit work.
He doesn't care.
Fuel gauge quit work. On the truck, the little silver F-150 you're gonna bid on.
It's not a Ford, I wouldn't do it. Ford's got a left-handed engine.
You open a can of worms.
Oh, these guys got a deep dive on that. The new one ain't here yet, is it?
Couple months.
Oh, well, when they something to hide with.
Anything else for that?
No, we're good. Thank you, David.
The road garage, they are moving again with it. The block layers got freed up. We're here, huh? Got all the block in other than a little piece.
I passed, they must have got the block for this year. I saw the truck coming up the road.
What we did is we made 4 quarters of, that's the grade. And they're gonna backfill that, we gotta get our downspouts in. Then they're gonna fill that backfill, and then they're laying 5 quarters of the split phase form. And there was an email about paint colors, you guys take care of that? You want to pick?
Yeah. Oh, no, that's interior.
Yeah.
Oh, interior, that's interior.
I haven't heard anything.
My opinion is white.
Heard white. Or tan.
Whatever. Yeah. But
He was in Florida.
This ain't a Josh Weary garage.
Yellow.
His wife's out there cleaning everything. So I'm not in favor of white.
Yellow makes you happy.
Unless your wife's gonna come every day and clean it like she does your garage.
She might.
No, your garage, I'm gonna, you have to take your shoes off.
That's not true.
Hey, come look at this. Whoa, take your boots off. Take your boots off.
I don't know, but I think you know, covered.
Yeah. There you go, yeah.
That's the whole box. Let's go from work.
Yeah.
Let's keep moving. Okay. So, do you think, Dobby, that we're under our time schedule? For back over? I know we don't really have a set date. What do you mean by under?
Well, it'll be completed before June or July.
So it was extended, our meeting we had here.
Do we have to get the police track?
Yes.
Yep. So we have to organize that and purchase it and get it here and get it ready to rock and roll. I'm sure under one inspection, we would be looking at
The transformers, that was paid for so long, it's a working
Yep.
order, they're gonna be set, those are gonna be set. Then we got the water.
What they'll do is they'll do the plumbing permit or plumbing inspection, rough in, and then once that's rough out the building, then we know where, then we gotta order the tank and set the tank, and then it get the sanitary. That's what we'll do. We know where the water's gotta come from.
that.
We know where to
That's
go.
also the ditch.
But that's not that we're committed to that.
We got the permit.
Yeah.
And then the fiber line.
Yeah.
That'll go up along with the gas.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else under old business?
I don't know.
Okay. Joel kind of touched on my grant stuff, but that will come, I'll do that to the end of this month, beginning of next, whether or not we're getting into rocket. And the intentions are to put air conditioning in Peter for the fire station and replace the generator in 22 because it's an antique. So if we get 23, I'm sorry, 23, because it's an antique. And if it works, but if you looked at it, you know, it's an old piece of equipment. And if we can get grant money to do it, then I say we would do it. Because if the power's out and there's fires happening, we need to get the doors open and then the lights on inside that building to make that happen. So I think that's a pretty important item for all of our.
No, that is a active storm shelter.
That was set up for COVID, that's still set up,
Basically, still set up for this. Okay, that's all I got for old business. Let's switch over to new business.
New business, the only thing I have is, contacted the prosecutors on the trailer, the garage and the shed, on Middletown Road that was purchased. And, we are able to put that out for bid to sell. We don't have to go through an auctioneer or anything like that, we can just put it, so I would like to move forward with doing that. I could see if we can get anything out of it.
Paint seal bids are gonna put a number there that it has to hit, or are you going to take whatever the seal bid is?
I would say take whatever the sealed bid is.
If I was looking at it by a certain.
They got 60 days, 60 days, what they use,
The only problem is that you kind of end with the fire department, you got one bid. Yeah. And what happens to that? One bid, I'm trying to redo it.
Or if you put a number that,
Reserve. Or a reserve. If you put a reserve. Yeah. So that may be a reason to put a reserve on.
But what are you gonna do then?
put it back out again.
Yeah.
Even if the same person did it again.
I mean, I would just hate to see somebody like get $100. You know, nobody owns it. I don't know what it's worth.
Is that something that you want to get going before next meeting?
Tonight,
I would like to get, at least get the resolution prepared for next meeting, and the dates and stuff like that, so that's why I like to at least pursue it,
Yes.
you know.
But definitely liking, again, we bought that thing because we're so short on parking back. And we can't do much with that trailer sitting in the center of it. So, I think the first thing is to get it going, for sure.
But were we gonna bid it or were we gonna try to sell
You gotta put it out,
it? It has to be for
it has to be, you know, just, it has to go for bid. We don't have to use an auction to do it, we just need to, there's 3 criteria here. It has to be printed digitally, you know, township, and, all the specs gotta be under the 125.182 Ohio Revised Code, and social media or in the township's website. Or, you know, you can put it out however. Any type of advertisement for sealed bids for the trailer, you know, which has to be moved. You know, we'll have to write it up that it will have to be moved, it has to be moved within 60 days. The same with the shed, the same with the garage.
I feel better about that, and I think that's fine. And if we did it, we have a sign on there.
We're gonna put a sign up,
That'd be posted.
Yep.
That'd be posted.
Yeah. We can get each department to put it on their websites as well.
And that's good. That's
Put it out there.
That's,
And we had some interest. So
Yeah, we've had interest, that's why, you know, it is, you know.
Okay. Perfect.
The fire department wanted it, but
the other thing I want to bring up is what Dave did, where the sales tax is coming up. That really helped you, didn't it? It helped the whole county, it helped you, and you were able to do a lot more here in the township.
How many roads did the county do for us last year?
Well, total was 10.
Yeah.
Between them and us, we had 4.
I thought they said they did 60 miles last year.
Yeah. And if that wasn't here,
I'm just thinking about us. What's the most the county ever did? One road?
one road,
not even a whole road.
Yeah.
Yep,
a half a road.
half a road,
It's
yeah.
pretty important to continue that, if you can, and I agree that's been an asset.
And like Pat said, a lot of that money comes from out of state. You know, people are over there at the state line road buying fuel, PA, you know, getting all that.
Even from the other county, even from us. Very good. Very good.
Okay. Any more new business?
Clerk Farmer reached out, they'll just be scheduling their, appraisals they complete every 5 years, so that'll be sometime between May and August, they'll be out to all the buildings to complete that.
Thank you, Dan. Okay, we've already opened our bids. We'll go into emotions next then. We'll make a motion to pay Chrysler Police Supply $7,903.65 for the purchase of block 9mm red dots.
I'll second that.
Trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Weir.
Yes.
Trustee Williams.
Yes.
Motion to pay tactical protection and surveillance $4,500 for installation of new equipment into new car 05.
That's all right.
Trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Williams.
Yes.
Who's getting 05? Raymond?
Oh, two is still new.
What the heck? Okay, sorry. Motion to purchase 2 ice water rescue suits from the Whitmer Public Safety Group at a price not to exceed $2,000, which was covered by Otarma in full.
I'll second that.
Trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Williams.
Yes.
Motion to accept resolution number 2026-04-08-04, resolution authorizing Springfield Township Board of Trustees to sell by public auction property that is not needed for public use, is obsolete, or is unfit for the use for which it was acquired.
Taking this is for the ambulance.
Yeah, that's my understanding. Are we ready to adopt this?
Well, did you guys discuss the garage option with Mike prior to tonight or no?
Right.
Yeah, that website.
It's for the ambulance.
Yeah, if it's for the ambulance, we just need to know that the prosecutors are okay with us selling it on garage.
Okay.
If they're okay with us selling it on garage, and we have people that, I would imagine that's probably way better than auctions.
Yeah, I think he started looking into that hard after the F-550 sold for what it sold for.
All right, let's hold number 4 until Mike gets us an answer at our next meeting because you didn't say, we're not gonna have it by the next meeting, right?
No,
Our ambulance?
it might be, but I doubt it would be ready a little bit. So,
All right,
it's at the end of this month, beginning of next month, sometimes tentatively.
That's fine. Let's hold that until we know what's happening with garage and whether it's legally able for us to do that.
Okay.
Thank you, Joel.
Do you put a set price on it in garage, or is it a bidding thing, do you know?
I believe it's a set price.
I'm gonna jump to number 5. Motion, yeah, we're not gonna complete that motion. Motion to accept resolution number 2026-04-08-05, a resolution authorizing participation in the ODOT road salt contracts awarded in 2026 for the 2026-2027 salt season.
Trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Williams.
Yes.
Motion to renew service agreement with, NSTAR for 3 power cots, 3 power loaders, and 3 stair chairs at a price of $3,462. And that's the company that inspects those. and repairs them.
Right, that's all, yeah, all service. I was in with them previously.
Also,
Trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Ware. Trustee Williams.
yes.
Okay, who's up?
Motion to adopt electrical manual as the official policy manual for the Springfield Township Fire effective May 20, 2026. All policies contained in the electrical policy manual shall supersede and replace any prior policies, procedures, general orders, or directives on the same subjects. Any existing policies, procedures, general orders, or directives that are not covered by the new electrical manual shall remain in full force until further action by the board. This adoption includes all current electrical policies and any future updates, revisions to the electrical policy manual as they are approved and issued. Thank you.
I'll second that.
Trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Ware,
Yes.
trustee Williams.
Yes.
Motion is on hold.
Yep. Motion is on.
Motion to pay the bills and authorize the fiscal officer to make advances as necessary for the general fund for other funds which need monies to cover the expenses until the next tax collection.
I'll second that.
Trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Ware,
Yes.
trustee Williams.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, the only thing I would say is I asked that the fiscal officer would prepare the motion or the, what am I looking for? Resolution for the sale of the property, of the contents of the trailer, garage, and shed. And I will get with him to give him descriptions and everything like that. And we need to do 3 separate resolutions
Okay.
for each separate building, okay? And I'll get that here to you for the next meeting. And we'll set the dates and everything then, all right? And then we'll get a new sign put up. And I think you wanted to add a couple motions?
Correct.
Okay,
I'll make a motion to hire DD signs to letter our new 05 police car once it's done at, Doug's.
I'll second that. Oh, wait a minute. Nobody's ready to all that.
Trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Ware,
no,
trustee Williams.
Yes. Chief meeting in Columbus.
Oh, yeah, 875. So, I'm gonna make a motion to have Tree Horn and Fellows to go to the Chiefs meeting in Columbus with an overnight stay of $875 each. 2 nights.
you made that one?
I did.
I'll second it.
Trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Ware,
Yes.
trustee Williams.
Yes.
Okay. Comments from the public?
I have a few other ones.
Oh, okay.
You wanna do that or after?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the March 11, 2026 regular meeting.
I'll second that.
Trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Ware,
Yes.
trustee Williams.
Yes.
Motion to approve the March 2026 financial report.
Second.
Trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Ware,
Yes.
trustee Williams.
Yes.
Motion to pay Manchester, Newman, and Bennett $5,670 for services as bond counsel for the financing of the new road maintenance.
Second.
Trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Ware,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
Motion to advance $500 from the general fund to a special assessment fund. What's that for?
special assessment is the fund that the streetlights are paid out. In reality, since we got the tax settlement already, it doesn't need to be advanced now, but the payments are being paid, so it technically needs to be advanced, although the money's now there in the account.
I'll second.
Trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Ware,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
Motion to approve payment of $37,469.19 to C. Tucker Cove and Associates as requested in the first application.
I think that's second, just a second.
Second, application for payment, relating to construction of the road maintenance.
Trustee Ware,
Yes.
trustee Ware, I guess again, since trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Ware,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
It's not easy.
Yes.
Motion to pay for highway medicine $6,645.54, and accept the work approval designation to build in Transformer Bank for new underground service to the new road department.
Also.
trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Ware,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
Motion paid Thomas Folk and Associates, Inc., $15,000 for services on Likely Road reconstruction project.
I'll second that.
trustee Weir,
Yes.
trustee Ware,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
I see you have two questions down here, right? The mowing Petersburg Cemetery.
Yeah, before that, we need to talk about a resolution to accept it as well.
I don't think you have an option not to accept it, right? So,
Not really, no.
we're gonna accept it for sure, but the mowing part of it, I think we should be shifting to mowing, so that, as long as it takes for this to happen, we're still getting it mowed. And then monthly, we can, come to that once it's ours, and figure out how we want to push it.
So do you want me to tell the prosecutor's office we want to do it monthly?
If I remember the email, it said that that was an option for us to move it to monthly from the year contract.
Yeah,
I think that's what I think are best. I mean, you guys take it in here, but.
Because eventually we're
We can change it if we need to.
Yeah.
Or if we like what they're doing, that would be on us to.
So we've received a couple complaints. I told Dawn yesterday, I was down there for about an hour. I went through it some, and there are some bumps along the way down there that need to be addressed and need to be taken care of. And I think we need to prioritize a couple of things. There are some trees that are hindering. There are some settling of graves. I told them, I think they're ones that were just within the last year and a half. So, the winter beat them up and stuff. So, there is some signage down there that needs maybe to be upgraded. And there's some asphalt that needs to be repaired as soon as possible because of trip hazards and stuff. So I guess we do this resolution. How long before we do transfers? Do we know?
I would imagine probably about 30 days. I mean, I guess.
So I'm in agreement that we do the month by month, and then I think the all fairness is to put out the bid and see where we're at and go from that. Because we don't know what they're charging us right now. You know what I mean? I don't know what the contract is. We know nothing, and I can't.
That's why I said, if we go month to month, until this transfer, bills get paid, and once it transfers, then we can make a good decision by the end of that following month. To let them know.
And some of those issues really help them with the date. You know, and so they're taking care of it now. So, you know, that may be something we have to address. Because some of those are not the, over.
Possible, yeah. Yeah,
That sounds good.
okay, we all right with that, letting them know that.
Yeah.
We're good month to month.
I'm fine with that. I just wanted to know what the three of you wanted to do. Okay, so we're good to adopt this resolution. Who wants to make the motion? Okay.
I'll make a motion to adopt the
I just want to read
resolution.
the.
I'll make a motion to adopt the resolution authorizing the Springfield Township Board of Trustees to accept the conveyance of the Petersburg Cemetery in accordance with RC 517.27. The Board of Trustees of Springfield Township, Mahoney County, Ohio, Springfield Township, met in regular session at the Springfield Township Administration Building on April 8, 2026, with the following members present: John Weary, Josh Weary, and John Williams. The motion was made by Trustee Weary to approve the following resolution. When a public cemetery in the township is not under the control of the municipal corporation, and the title or control is vested in an association or its board of trustees, or is vested in a religious society, whether incorporated or not, or in its board of trustees, and such cemetery is used exclusively for cemetery purposes, such association, society, or board of trustees may convey such grounds to the board of township trustees and its successors in office, except as provided in Division B of this section, and subject to the rights of the original grantor, the original grantor's peers, or assigns. The Board of Township Trustees shall accept and take possession of the grounds and take care of, keep in repair, hold, treat, and manage them in all respects as required by section 517.01 to 517.32, and exclusive of the revised code. You want to read this whole thing, Grant? Because it's like 8 pages.
Well, you didn't need to. It's up to you if
Okay.
you choose to.
I don't think so. I think that first one right there pretty much covers the whole thing. I mean, I can give you the locations.
No, I think what, unless you want to read more, I think what you've read is fine.
So when a time comes when a cemetery is vacated, it comes to the township trustee.
Yeah, as long as the board of the cemetery says that they're willing to get it up, the trustees of the township need to take it.
So what has happened is, St. John's.
Yes.
St. John's Church is abolishing, and, they were in control of that cemetery. So with that being said, they petitioned the township trustees to take it, and our hands are tied, we're taking it. You know. But the nice thing is, it is coming with an endowment funds and some funds to keep it operational. It's not coming to us a healthy transfer, I would say.
Yeah.
So, so that's the nice thing about it. So they have committed to some finances. They're still working out some of the particulars with the prosecutors, right? To an extent, to where the funds that, like I said, it's not going to be given to us for it will come in funding.
Brad, you ready to sign that resolution?
Yeah, I'm ready to, we just need a second for this resolution.
I would second. But it is an open cemetery. Like, I'll tell you, I feel bad. I don't know anything about the cemetery. Yeah, it's a terrible condition. But
It's privately owned.
privately.
The only thing I would add, the total funds that we'll be receiving along with the cemetery, it's roughly 327,000, and those funds are restricted just to that cemetery. Trustee Weir,
Yes.
Trustee Waring,
Yes.
Trustee Williams,
Yes.
Anything else for us?
I just had that one other question on that paper about potentially transferring some money from our checking sweep account to savings. As of right now, just between the funding, between the financing we got for the road building and the tax settlement, there's about 1.6 in it now. If we move one to savings, we generate about an extra $2,400 a month. As the road department comes, as the building comes to completion, we'll have to transfer some back in a couple months, a few months.
So I don't see a negative to that.
Okay.
Would you like me to make a motion to transfer?
Yeah, we just need one more motion for that.
I'll make a motion to transfer, what do you want to transfer, one?
Yes, 1 million.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to transfer $1 million from our checking account into our savings account, until funds are needed, in the township.
I'll say.
Trustee Weir,
Yes.
Trustee Weir,
Yes.
Trustee Williams,
Yeah.
Okay. Now, comments from the clerk. David? Yes.
I'm here to know. My first question is, do you guys have any kind of policy on the book about homeless people?
Only if they pass away.
Because we don't have anything, and we've had, several teenagers living in the bathrooms in our park. You know, and we're finding them when we get a walk up at night. So, and if we find them after the rescue mission is closed at 8 o'clock, we need to come up with a policy on what to do with these people. Do you have anything in mind? Maybe we could get together and have a round table and have the whole township on the same page. I don't know if you're finding any people.
No, we had a situation where somebody was in a house, living, and we removed them from there, and it was, homeless lady from California, but it wasn't Eden. She moved on. And we offered to take her to, someplace where she wanted to be part of that. So, she just moved on to somewhere else.
Yeah, I know.
I think that was last year.
Yeah, so we're
At
going.
Kelly's old house.
So I don't know, did you want to try to get together? And
I can talk with, Chief Robbins if you want. Are they under 18?
I believe so. And they've been evicted for, I don't know, I don't have all the details of their.
That would be children's services.
Yeah, if they're under 18. If they're under 18, you could call children's services and get a supervisor, on phone, if they're under 18. If they're over 18,
But I'd like to get something on the books because, Charlie Foster and JB have been fighting these people. You know, I don't, you know, I'd like to have something on the books to protect them. So, you know, if they're on drugs or they've been abused or something, but I haven't even, I'm bringing this up at our meeting on Monday. So I was just curious if you guys have anything.
No,
on the
we,
books
I
or-
mean, no, we usually, if we have a situation like that, we try to find them help if they want help, whether it be through the churches or, you know, some of the homeless shelters. I mean, that's what we do. Or if they need a ride or they're heading somewhere, you know, we try to do that.
Will you partnered with the church in some form?
We did in the past with, the churches out here. Lately, we've been just taking to the homeless shelters. But, once in a while, Pastor Ralph from, North Lima, you know, if we're really in a bind, he could help out. But, and Pastor Jonathan from, the Church of God, he's helping out on situations like that too, so.
Because I know that they found, a team that, like, 2 nights in a row living in the bathroom. So,
Yeah,
and then on one occasion, they found a team with syringes on the sink. So, like I said, I would just like to have some kind of policy on the book.
yeah, I mean,
Just to protect our employees.
yeah, I mean, if you're having situations like that, I mean, you find them in the bathroom and they have syringes, I mean, you can charge them with, syringes and take them down to the county.
But just so Charlie and JD have some kind of guidelines about what they should do. Just call the police and
Yeah, I
then
mean,
take care of
yeah,
it,
because,
or
you know, if you have signs up and, you know, I don't know how you guys operate with that, but if you have signs up over there that it's closed at dark or whatever it may be, and they're in there, you know, you can trespass one of them, then, you know, then if you catch them the next time, you arrest them for the criminal trespass, you know, type of deal. So, I mean, you have different options, you know, for that if it's a continuing problem. So,
But can we talk to their?
yeah, if Chief Dolan wants to, you know, I'll reach out to him and talk with him.
like I said, I just was talking to Charlie and he was telling me about the situations he's come across. And like I said, I haven't even brought it up in our meeting because we haven't had a meeting since then. So I was just wondering if you guys had a policy or if you know of any other township that has a policy that we can have copy what they're doing.
I don't know if it's Anchorage policy, and the other thing is, you have curtains. You have curtains.
I don't have all the particulars if they've been evicted because, you know, they were doing drugs and the parents kicked them out of the house, or if the kids left the house because they're being abused.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's a situation where they need to get the police involved instead of Charlie.
Yeah,
Yeah, most definitely.
I know the one time Charlie found somebody, they used the cell phone to contact a friend to see if there was a place for them to go. And they did contact a friend and the parents gave permission for them to go there. But like I said, I would just like to have something on the books as a guideline.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when we, if it's a juvenile, then the parent or guardian has to come pick them up. If they want to drop them off at the parent's house, they can drop them off at the parent's house.
Yeah.
That's not our issue, but the parent or guardian needs to come pick that child up if that's the case.
And what if they refuse to do that?
We call children's services. And they come.
Because Officer Robbins didn't say that they have permission to leave the township to drop them off at rescue mission or child services, you know, they don't need permission from, council, to take them somewhere. They could just take them. So, but like you said, I would just like to have something on the books.
Yeah, we require a parent or guardian.
Is it posted outside of the restrooms that it's open from a certain time and closed at a certain time?
It's posted in the park, but it's closed at dusk. But I don't know if there's anything posted on the back per se.
I mean, to me too, if the parent is allowing this, then you've got child endangerment charges. I'd be trying to go after the parent too.
Yeah.
They're letting it go. Right.
But yeah, I would like to.
Yeah,
Come up with something.
I'll call TJ.
Yeah. And, I was wondering if you started with the banners at all, if you got a look for that.
We're gonna talk about that tonight a little bit. I talked to Carol Landis and, through some communication, she decided she was gonna try to contact the contractor. Edison Lighting is gonna do it. They're gonna put all the banners up.
Oh,
Now, they're gonna charge $5,100 a fee to put everything up. And, we wouldn't have to deal with it at all, with our road department. And in the Middletown, she's talking about all of it. So I was in hopes that, at this point, I was in hopes that the trustees would agree to pay for some of that, at least if the village was to donate to their cause, to put those up. He said, I know when we put them up in Petersburg, we put 10 up, and it cost us over $3,000, and we did it. In cost of 10. We're putting 200 up, and Carol has done a great job of getting a lot of donations. And so,
4,000 or something.
yeah, so at this point, we were committed to help, and Charlie was, we guys were, to help put it up and try to have our guys come and they could come to work, and depending on how long it would take. So then when she decided to do that, we found out that the bucket truck was gonna cost us like $4,000. It cost her $4,000, and then all of the labor. To do 200 is a lot. And so, they've agreed, to do it. That was the price she told me they came up with. Edison Lighting is owned by a local resident.
Yeah.
And so, that's what they're talking about. So I don't know where it goes from there. That'd be my position.
Look, can you at your next meeting bring that up?
Sure.
And then come back to us at our next meeting, let us know.
Well, it just depends on when she's gonna do it. I mean, when they plan on doing it. She wants everything up by Memorial Day, and so if that worked,
I wonder how long that time is.
I don't know. I mean, that's a lot.
Well,
Yes,
yeah,
and
it's
so,
actually open.
yeah,
205.
it's such a burden off of our road departments. On both communities and
We've got so many other things that we've done.
it's, well, to me, it's a bargain, because like I said, we spent 3 in labor, in Petersburg for 10, and it was great.
And here's the thing, this bucket truck, we can't just give it to the village. You would have to go rent your own. So this is, with the insurance, it was only $4,200.
Yeah.
So it's, and like Charlie said, he was gonna do it. National Brothers.
It seemed like it was all all those minutes and all that.
Carol called Charlie, I think, and said this war off, and she was trying to get us some contract. So if Charlie didn't get a bucket truck from Charlotte free of charge, it was gonna be another only $3,000.
Yeah, I think he was just gonna charge it for a week. But I think there's like 135 just in the village. So, like you said, that's, taken away from the other work to get that done.
There's definitely an advantage to that. You got your labor and doing your job and our job.
Right. And also, I was wondering if you made a decision on partnering with the village for Music in the Park Kids Day or National Night Out.
I'm not sure, I mean,
I think we're already kind of agreed to do that for night, for cotton committee. For sure. Because we've always done that.
And kids.
Yeah,
But as far as, we're gonna do the cotton candy, right?
Yeah.
As far as funding, are you asking about funding?
yes.
I'm not so sure how that works. I guess we'd have to talk if we could do that, if we could actually, you know what I mean? I don't know if we can legally fund into that. We can donate our time and our.
We did donate before in the past. We paid for, now use the NOPEC funds for that. We don't know that we're receiving the NOPEC funds yet, but we didn't grant. But that's how we did it before in the past. We paid for, if I'm not mistaken, the pony rides, 1 year, and the face painting lady, 1 year. But we did that out of that NOPEC grant. Now, we have not received that as of yet, so we don't know if we'll have those funds. Those are designated just for events like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I would tell you that we would look into that for sure if the grant comes in.
Okay. And, are you selling station one, and what would be the place for that?
We haven't really talked about that too much yet between the three of us. I'd like to have at least a little bit of time to be able to do that.
Because I think we'd be interested in buying it, but we probably have to sell the old elementary school property in order to afford to do that, and we're kicking that around. Because we're not getting any advantage to having that property.
Okay.
And my last thing is, do you have any more yard signs, or did you distribute all of them?
I think they're all out. Unless you guys have any left. Ray, you got any? I think they're all out.
I have 3.
Okay. Well, Dean's been home out on us. Early voting was Tuesday, Dean. Today's Wednesday.
I don't think the guys took theirs.
Oh.
I took all mine out. You want my 3? I got 3 here.
Okay,
2, you gave me 3.
okay. That works. And that's all I got.
Okay. Anybody else?
I'm gonna ask a question, and I've never asked anybody in this room since 1988, something good. I need an answer to a question.
The answer is no.
What's that?
The answer is no.
I can't hear you.
He said
The answer is no.
He said the answer is no.
That's probably true, but you did say that today.
Okay.
Somebody didn't vote for something today, said no. I'm not trying to start a big war here, but I've sit here since 1988, in and out, and I've seen millions and millions of dollars go across that pay. All this money that we spend, that these gentlemen and the gentleman prior to them decided they needed, like $7,000 for block 8mm red dots, and go down here further where we gotta have brand new power cots and stuff like that. My question is actually gonna be, have you fellas, as trustees, ever went down there and says, you guys want this, why, and show me why we gotta replace it?
The answer is yes.
What's that?
The answer is yes.
Why didn't you say no? No, I'm kidding. But
The power cut is the people that maintain the power cut. So we're not asking for a new power cut. We're not asking for any of that. It's the company that maintenances those things. That's what we're continuing. So that $3,400 is for a contract to maintenance all the fire apparatuses that are listed there to make sure that they're gonna work when we need them.
So basically what you're telling me, no matter who you're dealing with, only one company in this whole wide world can do this?
No.
Or do we shop?
No, these guys shop it, but this is the company we use for quite a while, and they do a great job at it.
Well, that's a bad news to start with. He used to work for me, you said.
No, he didn't work for them.
But anyway, I just wondered, I never hear that come from you people.
Yeah,
You know, you say, I looked at it, okay? We got over 100,000 invested in that ladder truck down there that started out at, somewhere around 50,000, okay? And we've continually pumped money into that because someone else said it's gotta be, okay? And did anybody go check on some of this stuff and say, why is it gotta be? I've been in this business just like you and your dad have for a lot of years. And especially with this equipment, okay?
so you heard me tell Joel that I'm gonna go see him about the boiler that's broken at 21. So that I can see it and maybe figure out who we wanna bring down there, so we can get multiple quotes on that boiler.
Right.
Right? So that's something I know a lot about. So I'm gonna go put my ideas in for that boiler to try to see what the best route to go is for that. So do we go down and do it? We most certainly go down and do it. We don't just say yes to everything that's on there, although Joel and Mike like to put a lot on there.
Well, how many, other than you three fellas, how many in this whole Springfield department do we have experts on everything?
I'm not sure that we have experts, but we do have, like the hose and nozzle grant that we had talked about tonight, that we opened those things for. These guys, especially Donnie, has been involved in that hose and nozzle for how many years, Donnie? 30 years. So he's got 30 years experience with buying hoses and nozzles for our fire department.
Well, see, my question would be, in that respect, if one of those red dots, you will use that as an example, goes bad, you say, oh, well, you just might as well get all new ones for everybody, okay, because this one went bad.
I would tell you that I believe in our crew that we have up there, and I don't think any one of them would say one went bad, let's buy them all. Unless we were forced by the state to update our current product to meet industry standard.
Because over my years, I've seen a lot of stuff, a lot of this yard, because somebody else wanted it, and it was gonna be bought at auction for a big, cheap price.
Not this group.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Just something. I think you voted for something that said no to that.
It is.
Yeah, that's the first time I can remember that I've ever heard no come across that table. It just stirred me up a little bit. Sorry about that, but that's the way I am.
They abstained the last meeting. I had one abstain. Abstained.
The what?
He wasn't here last meeting, he stayed on one.
I see. But anyway, I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be back.
We're glad you're back.
For saving your butt. Did you thank the fire department for saving you?
Which reminds me. The boys you got, and of course you guys are up there as well. When I broke my hip, the first day of February, the troops came in, and I was laying on the floor in pain like I've never been in my life. And the first thing they said is, how in the hell are we gonna move? And somebody come up with an answer for that question. Says, we moved so-and-so, okay, at some point in time, and we used something, I don't know what it was. gave it to this party instantly, and everything went good. And they did that to me. From the time his mouth said that, somebody gave me something, and it was okay. And they put me in, ended up in the hospital with not one pain in my body.
I heard it was a hammer.
Hey, too bad they didn't have the red dot stuff. They didn't take care of it. It was
Well,
broken.
anyway,
You wouldn't have told
you
them.
guys did a marvelous job, and I hope you continue doing it for the people of this township.
Thank you.
I will say, I did
And
see
I
that.
don't even think we had the place down there to see if it was done right.
No, they were there.
He was gonna shoot
So
you.
what?
They were there.
You didn't know? I wasn't there. Oh, but somebody did. Oh, I see. I heard. But anyway, we have a lot of money invested in the departments. And,
They came through for you.
I just want to make sure it continues without spending another $100 million. But, that new firehouse down there still rubs me wrong. Sure.
That's the neighbors.
That's right.
It was all at the same place, the wrong place to start with. But anyway, thank you, gentlemen.
You're quite welcome. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. For the 250th parade, the village and the township are planning. The next, we've had 2 meetings so far, great turnout, a lot of great ideas. Our next meeting was set for, in a week, Thursday, April 16 at 7 p.m. Unfortunately, the restaurant is not available that day, and we have to move it to the day before, Wednesday, April 15 at 7 p.m.
I told Brad that it's entirely unacceptable.
I'm
It has to be
not
on
sure.
Thursday.
I'm sure, but.
We're good as long as you guys.
So
are
everybody
good.
you know,
Okay.
there has been a change, from the 16th to the 15th.
There's something else I want to do.
File your taxes.
Oh, that's it. I was gonna say eat cookies.
Oh. All right.
Thank you, that's what I mean,
Wednesday
I
the
just wanted everyone to
7 o'clock.
know. Yes, Wednesday the 15th, 7 p.m.
Our school superintendent called us today, called me today, so she's gonna show up at that Wednesday meeting. So, and I talked to Brad earlier in the week, and he had said that that was a change from Thursday. So she's aware of Wednesday.
I will, because I wasn't there.
Okay, anybody else?
Anything else before here?
Larry, you got your quarterback ready to roll or what? All right. Anything from Joe's keeping it on a low key, just so you know. He doesn't want any more tapes.
Yeah, you give me tickets. We usually get you.
Okay, are we, no executive sessions? Especially me, for me. Nothing I can think of. Carl? No? Grant, you're good?
Yeah, I'm good.
I got one thing, I'll make a motion, no other business before the board, I make a motion to adjourn.
I will second that motion.
Trustee Weir,
Yes.
Trustee Ware,
Yes.
Trustee Wood.
No.
You can stay as long as you might like.
Yes, I'll see you.
I have to go to racing.
That's all right.
Okay, I'll get you some sign before you.
I don't know if you want to. Yeah, it's all American.
Well, good job there.
So she,